Hi guys, welcome back to the news. Enugu government says commercial motorbike riders risks 1 year in prison. This is the latest development in Enugu state, whereby the government of Enugu has said that the law prohibiting the use of commercial motorcycles in the capital is still in force. And they have warned that violators can be imprisoned for 1 year and will still lose their motorcycles to the government if they don't take action now. The Commissioner for Special Duties, Honorable Emeka Ajigwe, gave the warning in a statement on Tuesday. Ajogwe said that the government had already constituted a task force that would arrest and prosecute those violating the law. According to him, the government was worried about the growing outcry by members of the public on the indiscriminate use of motorcycles in the city center. He warned that the government would not helplessly watch the indiscriminate use of motorcycles. He reminded the public that the law was still much in operation, as offenders risk 1 year imprisonment and forfeiture of their motorcycles. Now, my country people, the government of Enugu State has observed with grave concern the growing and the indiscriminate use of motorcycles by some outlaws in the capital city, when they are aware that there is still an existing law prohibiting that. And according to the government of Enugu State, they have received series of inquiries from members of the public expressing fears over their safety due to the reckless manner in which these offenders are driving their motorcycles within the Enugu metropolis. He warned that such illegal acts must cease henceforth, as violators of such laws will be dealt with according to the provisions of the extant laws. Now, the state has set up a committee to curb this illegality and punish its offenders. For the avoidance of doubt, the Section 3 and Section 4 of the Operation of Motorcycles Prohibition Law 2012 prohibits the use of motorcycles in all its form in Enugu North, Enugu South, Enugu East local government areas of the state, and prescribe punishment for offenders. Therefore, they will not hesitate to enforce this law to the latest members of the public, especially the violators. They are hereby warned accordingly to desist from the criminal acts. So as e dey be like this, my country people, the government have made effort to streamline the operations of genuine operators, but these efforts unfortunately have not been fruitful, because crime rates rose and most of these crimes were facilitated by the use of motorcycles by evil-minded persons. It got so bad that the law enforcement agencies officially requested the ban of motorcycles because of the menace of the men of the underworld who have been using them to perpetrate crimes. As a responsive and responsible government, they've decided to enact this law in the best interest of the people of Enugu State. And the law has stated it. So therefore, the people of Enugu State must abide by the law. They would have to abide by the law of the state, and the government has given it order. And there is no going back on this. There is absolutely no going back on this. So at this point, it stands. Motorbike riders, motorcycle riders, they won't, in fact, they have to be very, very careful. Because if care is not taken, if they are caught, their bikes would be seized and they would risk 1 year in prison. The government have spoken. The Enugu government have spoken. My country people, this life no balance o. This life no really, really balance. Una know say for inside Enugu state, even for this country at large, how many jobs our government don provide give people, most especially the youth? How many jobs they don create? If no be because say work no dey, all these young men Would they be riding motorbike, motorcycles? And if you check, most of these motorcycle riders, most of these motorbike riders, ndị keke napep, most of them are graduates. All these keke napep drivers, most of them are graduates. But now you see that the government wants to take what they are using to feed their families. The government wants to take away what they are using to, to sustain themselves till they get a better job, if there is a better job somewhere. So, the only impact these governments do is to threaten unemployed citizens, to threaten legit hustlers. So it seems that they are threatening these bike riders, these motorcycle riders. Now, where would they fall back on? If these motorbike riders should stick to what the government have said, how would they feed their families? Those that have families, how would they feed their families? Those that have children, their parents, siblings, how would they cope? Because if they should go ahead with what the Enugu state government has said, that means there will be an increase in crime rates now. Because the government is complaining that, yes, some of them are using these motorcycles to perpetrate crimes. But then, if all of them should drop what they are using to make money, because out of 100%, you would say 98% of them are legit, while the remaining 2% may be using those motorbikes to, perpetrate one or two evils. But then, my country people, is that a reason why the state government, that's the Enugu state government, would take away what people are using to feed themselves and their families? Now, why I just say this life no really balance. So, if they take away these things, if they should ban motorcycles in Enugu, the people that are using them, what will they do? So they will just fold their arms and be looking at the government to provide for them? Because if they should eventually go ahead with this plan, this will lead to an increase in crime rates in Enugu State compared to the one that they've been facing already. So my country people, let the government use eye take check this thing. If they don't already create jobs for the youth, that is good. Those that are dropping the motorbikes, the motorcycle, they can go into the jobs that the government has kept for them. That is wonderful. But this one, job they no create. Nothing. They want them to stop the use of bikes. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comment section. Thank you.